So, we have a lot to talk about. There's new material at the end of episode 8. If you go to Amazon Video and load up episode 8 from season 1 for Wheel of Time, there's a whole teaser section at the end for season 2 that they just snuck in there. Everybody's kind of already caught on and watched it. I held off. Today we're going to look at it. And then I'm going to be discussing some of my thoughts from the teaser or the Wheel of Time season 2 trailer. A few things I got wrong, a few things I got from other people because they're geniuses, and then just overall kind of going over what I think is actually going to be the storyline and breakdown, my predictions for the season. This is going to be a long one. I try to pull up some proof and really go through stuff. So this is probably more of a sit back and listen while you wash the dishes or clean the living room kind of video. If you roll all the way to the end, I actually pull up the map and kind of trace out what I think is going to be their path. But anyways, you'll obviously see that in the video. So I'm going to stop rambling and we'll get right into reviewing that little teaser at the end of season 1. All right, let's get copyright stricken. Let's go. How do I get rid of this shit? Okay. What do we have here? I wonder if the number of sides of that mean anything, or the shape. Little girl. There's the Aes Sedai symbol right there. Alright, who's coming from the woods? What?
You released me at the Eye of the World.
Alright, so we got the High Blood Sanchan, the little girl coming into the meeting. Curious as to what the whole point of the little girl is.
He cannot.
We are to kill him?
Is that a Black Aja ring?
Return to my youth.
Is she? I really like the Ishii actor.
A
I
lot
think
of
he's
people
cool.
Call me a monster too, you know. If they called me what I really am, no one would be afraid.
Ooh, okay, so we got Padam Fane being the creepiest fucking guy ever.
After all, how do you prove you're not a monster? How do you prove that the things you do are good or evil? Right or wrong?
What on earth?
Look at this creature.
This is intense.
I knew I liked you.
What?
You see, it's all right.
I
Look,
wish
you tried.
that's CGI, right? I mean, not saying it's bad. I still wish it was practical, though. Terrifying. I'm glad they're giving us close-ups of the Trollocs, but I don't know. Interesting. Black
We are to kill
Aja.
him?
Perhaps you can be.
Ooh, I
turned
wonder
to
if
my
that's fucking what's her name
youth.
that's
Sooner or
embedded in the
later,
tower.
yourself.
Is that
This age or another.
Faldara guy? Is that their? I forgot his
Excuse
face.
me. We're in the middle of.
Okay. Alright, so the rest is pretty straightforward. And then you have
Monster
this little scene here.
No.
Interesting. You know, a lot of people are comparing this to the beginning of book 2. They have this prologue where there's a meeting of a bunch of dark friends, and it's through the eyes of a prominent dark friend throughout the series. I think he's prominent. And, you know, you get a lot of exposition through his brain and stuff. This guy, Ishii, I'm pretty sure he's there I don't think any of the other Forsaken are in it, but there's Aes Sedai, there's regular people. Plot, my fringe theory here I'm gonna throw out here is that the one with the black ring is a Forsaken that's buried within the tower. I don't necessarily think it's just a run-in-the-mill Black Aja. I'm gonna take a wild gander. It's someone of a little more higher rank, the spider, as they refer to in the series, I think. That's just my fringe guess. Provided that this is after the Forsaken have been released. I don't know the timeline of this, so we'll see. And I think now I'm gonna get into discussion about some of the things that I got wrong or the mistakes and stuff I think I made regarding season 2 from the trailer. Just weird things and timeline stuff that I got wrong. Just general predictions, see what people have to say, what they think. So let me switch over to that. All right, so I'm just going to jump into it right now. All these waste scenes and stuff are, I think most people are in agreement that these are going to be Rand dreaming, either in the dream world. Interesting sun flare jacket he has on, but I'm going to guess this is going to kind of be where maybe he gets his calling to go to the waste or something for season 3, if that's what they do. Overall, dream.
We set him
All
free.
dream right there. Moiraine, I totally forgot this in the first trailer. She was, her fucking power was tied off, so she doesn't have access to the power right now. So here she is creeping around. Then we talked about the tower testing and stuff like that. So I'm guessing that, we have our split at the end where, so Padan Fain has gone off with the Horn of Valyr, and then they're gonna have to go after him. And part of me wants to say that they're gonna, it's gonna follow that kind of book path where they initially depart, things go to shit, and they end up in Carian, where then the mother, Swan, is gonna be there. And at this point is when the groups are going to separate again. You're going to get Egwene and Nynaeve maybe going to Tar Valon as they leave Carian and go back, in place of when she goes to visit Faldara. And then Matt is going to go to Carian with the party, the process of them. And so that will get Rand, Matt, Perrin, Loyal, and all the gang in Carian. And then they will then go to Topman Head, or whatever that they're going to call it, Falme, for the rest of the storyline to progress. And then we all know the deal with Liandrin. So we'll have these guys in the tower doing things. Part of me almost wonders if they go straight to the tower from Faldara, like if they don't go to Carian with them, just because of the timing of the season. Like you'd want to have some like exposition of them in the tower training and doing things before the big event happens. Basically somebody gets essentially imprisoned through some trickery, and you'd want to have a longer time of them being kind of imprisoned to have the build up of suspense of when they are rescued. So there's a little more weight to their time essentially imprisoned. So that makes me wonder if my thought of them going to Caria and then going back to the tower is a little skewed, unless that happens really early on. Just because it wouldn't, the amount of episodes there are in a season, that would kind of screw that up. Obviously, we knew he wasn't dead. Okay, I saw people talking online about this one. I still think that this is Lanfear. Were people saying it might not be? Like, I think it is. And so if you look at this, at the end of the last season, you could see it when he broke the seals or whatever. There's cracks on the floor when Rand was talking to Moiraine, and I think the consensus is that's them breaking the seals. I mean, see, that was Perrin with them. Is this at the end? Is this when they first show up? Is this part of like the final battle? I don't know.
Together we face the impossible. But now
Yeah, so this is just the party, following. See, with the sand and the dunes and stuff, you almost wonder if this is them like rolling up on Fal Dara. Not Fal Dara, Tamenhead. And we all know what this is about. I think because Rand goes off on his own originally, and he must bump into this broad when he's leaving Fal Dara, and then they somehow end up in Carrion, and that's when he ends up talking to Logain. That would follow the book plan where him and this lady end up together at a certain point, and then in Carrion is when they are separated again.
protecting Rand, guiding him, that is the only thing that matters.
You can't control him.
Yeah, we know. All right, so a lot of people were talking about this. You can see the black tendrils coming out, like the taint. He's kind of grabbing his hand.
You know you have something inside you.
I thought, okay, in my original trailer reaction, I thought this was Hopper talking to Perrin, and I'm pretty sure it's the guy that plays Ishi's voice. So that was kind of dumb. I don't know. We all know what this scene is. Like I said, I think I'm guessing this is later on.
Something that calls for blood.
This is going to be probably early on because I still think he's going to be cured from the dagger thing, and then he's going to go with them to Carrion. And then if we remember, we got stills of him in the original teaser, like training in the yard. So I'm guessing within the first 2 episodes, he's going to be treated. And then here's Rand. I'm guessing, like, are they in the fucking... Someone gave me the stills. I should really just look at those.
How to control it.
Yeah, see, he's talking to Logan. I should have seen if, like, Perrin was in this group or something. But anyways, I talked about that in my last one. I didn't feel like I got anything wrong. See, Ishamael, then this chick, around that dark friend table, the person that was there was somebody that had like the 2 fingernail knives or whatever, and obviously this is a bad guy based on we saw that. So is that bait? I don't know. And I am an idiot. I forgot what the Horn of Valyr looked like. The box they took it in. That's what this is. I thought it was. I'm sitting here. Oh, it's the Domination Band. That's why they're setting up this storyline. No, that's the fucking horn. That would fall in line with the storyline in the books. This guy is given the horn by a certain somebody, and then a certain someone shows up. As we see in this fucking trailer,
The world will be ours.
This guy's fucking jazzed. We know why he's saying the whole world will be his. This is, we know what this is. That's a dream, probably. That's probably her when she's taking her acceptance test. Someone said Lanfear, or not Lanfear, fucking, what'd they call her? Strongjaws? Yeah. Leandrin. Was melting down the rings that Egwene had to hide the evidence. It's possible. We know what that's about.
If our friends are in trouble, why would that ever stay here?
We talked about this. She says, if our friends are in trouble, why would we ever stay here? Makes you wonder, like, are they... Like I said, do they go straight to the tower, or do they do Karian and then go back? I don't know. I'm going to roll the dice and say that they get to Karian by episode 3, and then these guys go back to the tower and are in the tower training episodes like 4 and 5, maybe. Might be a bit of a dice roll, and then the event happens in 6, and in 8 it's resolved.
No consent.
I saw a video, was it Wa Up or whatever, that did a really good breakdown of this, and they said that this is Moraine going to see, I think, was it Varen, to talk about it, and they had talked about, like, the lightning in the skies and the scene and stuff like that, and that was a really good fucking video.
Of the power they wield.
You can't do this by yourself.
And so we've got Aiel in White Cloaks. The Aiel and White Cloaks thing is like, where do they fit into the grand scheme of the like the battles and what's going on? Because Aiel are present in the final of book 3, but not the final of book 2. And from what I've seen, it really seems like they are not going to do like much of book 3. Like, they might throw in a few elements, because I was really thinking about it, and like, other than maybe they'll bring characters in early, like the scene in book 3 when they meet Aviendha, obviously that's going to happen in this one. Matt doing his shit, that's going to happen in this one, like getting better. Stuff like that. As far as like Kalendor, Stone of Tyr, I think that's not happening right now, and it kind of, honestly, to me, it works fine, because those events I feel like could either happen after the Waste, or like even honestly after we come back to Karian in book 5. Like the Ilian and Tyr things could maybe be combined. It kind of screws up how like the army alliances go, because that's like a big thing, but I don't know. We'll have to see about that. And for all I know, they could have just pulled an entire city out of the thing to streamline it, which I wouldn't be surprised if Ilian does not exist.
There are many paths to walk through the night.
It's not always the most powerful who write history. It's the ones who survive.
So this is definitely like, I keep saying Faldara, Falme, like when Rand rolls up at the end of that. Like underneath this cloak here, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse, but definitely Turok there.
Fate has spoken the wheel.
Yeah, see? But it's more of like a private standoff that you fight. Does he like capture him and then he gets out? All right. This is another thing I want to talk about. Is this training ground thing? That, I don't know. So, this, not thinking this is the Stone of Tyr. If you look, there's like grass here. It almost looks like a moat. And the stone, when they showed it in that, the Swan, when they introduced Swan as a child, you can see the stone way off in the background. And it's got like a bridge. I think it had like a bridge going up to it, like a long one with like nothing underneath it. This looks more like a moat kind of thing around like a fortress. So I'm not sure about that.
You are the water that turns the wheel itself.
So there's that. All right, so this is one of the things that has gotten me a couple times. It's this map that appears in the what is definitely like a White Cloak encampment that looks like it's some type of siege on this city. And you see these red ships are like the red ships that were from the Sanchan invasion. So I'm guessing like this is a city that is it looks walled off and like that, and then these white cloaks are attacking it. Now, if you look at this river here, it looks like are these supposed to be like the fingers of the dragon? Like let me go and pull up. All right, so this is what I'm getting at here. So Falme is way over on this side of the map up here. There's no like rivers or anything that go to it. Tyr is all the way wrong side on the bottom. You probably can't see my mouse, but it's all the way over here. So they're on totally different sides of the world from each other. But if we're thinking that they're going to Carien from Fal Dara, which is up in the top of the map, I really probably should have like, can I like adjust my fucking cursor size? Fal Dara is way up in the top right corner. And then Carien is on the far right side of the screen if you're looking at it, below Tar Valon. And then Tyr is at the bottom of that. In the books, there's something that happens that gets them from point A to point B. They do some traveling in it, and that's how they cover a lot of ground. Are they going to do that? I don't know, because like I said, they said it's going to be slightly combined. The map makes me feel like Tyr with the river formation. You can see. Let's get way zoomed in so those that don't know what they're looking at. Like it's this river formation here, the fingers of the dragon, Tyr. And then if we go back to our trailer, we've got this river here that kind of looks like that. But at the same time, like this, and then from the overhead shots we've seen of this area, it's all very desert-like. It's arid. Yeah, here we go. Like, look in the background of this shot. To me, that is not Tyr. And I'm sure I fucking am stupid and don't remember what these sparrows or these are supposed to be. That probably is a dead giveaway of where it's going to be. In fact, let me pause and search Watt houses. All right, so I just did a little reviewing, and that might be the Seanchan logo, which would obviously align with them. The two bird ones are basically like the Borderlands or the Seanchan, which is like a bird kind of more spread like this with like lightning bolts in its thing. At least that's what I just saw looking online. So maybe that's what this is. So I don't think I'm going to get any information off that. But then again, you'll look at it, you look in the backgrounds, and you think, damn, that's... Obviously, they could CGI the background, so I guess this is a piss poor argument, but I don't think this is supposed to be like an occupied Tyr. I'm thinking, like I said, this is Falme still, but how did they get over there? Maybe the map is just a little funky, and then the white cloaks are the ones that are originally like storming it. Just a thought. But then we have this beach area. Like, how does this kind of more beach town tie into things? And like, here they are out on the beach. You know, they're walking here. They're on the water. They're at the beach. You know, is this one of those coastal cities that was being attacked and alluded to by the one blue sister in season 1? I don't know. And we got white cloaks in the desert. See, it's more desert. This is not, like, in my brain, this is not anything like what we saw with Tyr in the background with Swan in her episode. Let's actually, fuck it, let's pull it up. All right, yeah, see, I won't be lazy. Here is, like, just north of Tyr, already established in the show. Like, there it is in the background. All right, top. There is no way, if that's the Stone of Tyr, there is no way that fortress is the Stone of Tyr. All right, so I just played this out, not recording, kind of gave a brief rundown of like what I was thinking was going to happen as far as the storyline goes, based on some of the stuff that we just talked about. So we ended season 1 up here in Faldara. That's the circle in the top right corner. Books and what we've seen so far, I'm guessing that Randall Thor goes on his own from, I think they were up here, wherever they were fucking doing shit. He goes on his own. Blue's probably not a great color because it doesn't stand out, but he goes on his own. He meets that lady. Somehow they end up in Carian. Then I think that we have the loyal Perrin and gang are going to chase after Padan Fain through Kinslayer's dagger, and they're going to end up also Carian. The girls, maybe with Moraine, maybe on their own, maybe she takes them, are going to go straight to Tar Valon. That's what I'm rolling with. They're not going to go with everyone to Carian. They go to Tar Valon. I thought maybe they go to Carian and that's when they meet Swan and they go back with her. But they've already met Swan. So that scene's already happened. I forgot about that. In season 1, they met Swan, had the dick measuring contest from book 2 already. So they could go straight to Tar Valon. Moraine. What does Moraine do with Lan? Because there's that scene where she meets Varen. And someone, I should credit the video and put it in the link, said that it looked like she was outside of Tar Valon based on the background of that cabin she comes out of, the thunderstorm going on in Tar Valon. So there's that. So I think maybe she goes to Tar Valon. Talks to Swan, lets her know. Swan, Matrim Cawthon, maybe Moraine and Varen and gang all go to Carian. With Logain for some reason. Maybe they're parading Logain around again. They go to Carian. So now all of our parties are in Carian except for the girls. They're at Tar Valon training. We're at episode 3 or 4 right now. That's my guess. Maybe the gang gets back together at 4. That'd be a fun, like, mid-season thing. Now, this is where I'm curious. Do they end up in Tyr or Tom and Head? I think, based on my rant previously, they're going to end up in Falme. Tyr's out of it. That map might just be a little confusing kind of thing somehow. I don't know. Maybe they're janking our chains. Maybe they use the ways from Carian. That's possible. They go to Tom and Head. That would also kind of allow them to spend more time early season and then get there. Maybe Randall Thor goes on with that lady again on his own to Falme. But nevertheless, these guys, the whole gang, we'll do red again for this troop, goes from Carian somehow over to the Tom and Head area. They end up outside here based on means of travel that I'm thinking maybe we get some more ways. Sorry if that's already been disestablished. So they're in Tom and Head. Nothing happens in Tyr this season. So Rand, Perrin, Matrim Cawthon, the whole gang is now in Tom and Head. Meanwhile, by means of spoilers, the girls also end up in Falme. So they're there now. Oh, you can't really see the pink. They also travel the ways, end up in Falme. Now, that river town, that Sanchan like thing compared to the fortress, I'm just going to roll the dice and say it's a thing where the huts are on the coast, it's part of the city, and then the fortress, maybe they just haven't background edited it. Maybe those that map wasn't quite including everything. But yeah, so they all end up in Falme. You get Randall. Randall does his thing where he fights that dude. he fights the dude, does the thing. The explosion, I'm guessing, is from White Cloaks attacking. And then maybe it's the Sanshan defending themselves. I don't know. How do the Aiel? Because there's a scene with Aiel and White Cloaks battling each other. Maybe when they go from Carian to Tom and Head, they end up out here, and they meet the Aiel, and they run into White Cloaks like before they get to Falme, and they have a little shindig, a little battle-a-roo in that coastal town, and then, you know, they have their confrontation with some White Cloaks. Then they have a battle at Falme, and then those White Cloaks come back into the picture, and the end of book 2 kind of plays out relatively similar to how it is in the books. Give or take characters being there already. Like, there's no Aiel then yet, I don't think. Where Loyal is at the time. That's another wild card, because it doesn't look like he's with Perrin. And he's with Rand in the books, but I don't think he's going to be with Rand. Oh, that's right. Loyal got fucking stabbed by that dagger. What? What? Is Loyal going to be rushed back to Tar Valon to try and be healed somehow, even though he should die, like, instantly? Fuck, I forgot how kind of annoying that was. God damn it. Oh, yeah, and Matt cuts that motherfucker with the dagger in two, but they're not going to have it. Maybe Loyal goes to Tar Valon, and then him and Matt go to Carian. That's my thought. All right. Anyways, that's kind of my loose story, and I'm sticking to it. If you're still here, thanks for hanging around. I hope my little map drawing wasn't too bad. Like I said, I think Tyr is out of the picture. And, yeah, I can't wait for season 2. I'm excited, and I hope you are too.